Welcome to Guitar Club. Yay.
Oh, look, Dana
Hello,
Rick.
my friends.
Hey.
Hello.
Oh, good, man. How about you?
Nothing to complain about. Life is
I think
good.
Liam's on the other channel.
Oh, he is?
Should I write to him and send him the link?
Yeah,
We have a new link
yeah.
now.
I would say copy the link and then send it to him.
I don't know if I have his
I
link.
just used the one, Julie, I just used the one off of your website. I got him fine.
Yeah.
So that one
Oh,
works.
there he comes. He's
Oh, there
coming.
he is. Okay.
Good.
There's Lee.
That was easy.
And Dana's
Hey,
here.
Dana.
Hi, Dana.
What's new? Let's do the gallery
Hey
view.
guys, how's it going? What's
Oh,
new with
good.
you?
Welcome. Well, just guitaring away. Right, John?
You
Yeah,
guys run the marathon today?
No, I
Yeah,
didn't
we-
run it.
yeah, we totally did. Like we came out in front. We were like an hour ahead of the front runner.
Oh,
That's
boy.
why nobody saw us.
John's
'Cause-
lightning fast.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's a little known fact that guitar playing actually makes you faster at running too.
that's right. Yeah, exactly. See?
That's true.
Rocket fuel.
You play
Did-
bad
Dana-
enough, you have to run away.
That's exactly right.
That's exactly right.
Dana, is that do I see a turntable on top of that table over there to like past your headstock?
That's my head over here.
Or
Yeah.
maybe it's some sort of a
I mean, it's some kind of piece of furniture I don't recognize it
A
from
lot
here.
of boxes. Probably
Oh,
just a piece of furniture.
Okay, that's cool.
bookshelves.
Liam, what's going on?
Liam.
Hey, just
Keep on keeping on.
trying to keep on.
Yeah. Now, when do you start your master's program?
Well, I was going to start in April, but we're having
But you're not.
there's some personal stuff happening that's
Oh,
Hmm.
I'm sorry.
we're trying to work through, so I pushed it to June.
Okay.
That's cool. Like once you're accepted, you can just start.
Yeah, they said I could go, I don't know, I think as far as maybe next January. I don't want to do that, but
No, you got to
I
jump in.
just figured with all the stuff that's happening right now, I was like, I don't need
Yeah.
that now.
No.
I'm trying to.
Isn't it weird how it all happens at the same time?
Yeah. Man.
Everything converges.
Yeah. I get it. We've had we've had moments in our lives when it just seems like just like the shit dump truck just kind of landed on us, and there's another one right behind it, and another one after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been at least a dozen so far. So
Well,
Oh, so
I'm
sorry.
I'm sorry to hear about that.
no,
Just keep swimming, man. I'm
well-
going through something myself, family issues, and so my heart goes out to you. Just keep swimming. So
Yeah,
when the truck hits you, you just gotta keep running away from the bad gig and swimming in.
yeah. Well, back at you. I hope everything's going well in your situation. So
Yeah, actually it is, but
Yeah.
empathy to you.
Yeah, but it doesn't. It does. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes life just kind of hits you. It's happened to, it's happened to us quite a number of times. And actually, like when Julie and I got married, I thought, I'm good. I married the girl of my dreams. I'm gonna be happy for the rest of
Everything's
my life.
gonna be just fine.
And then the shit junk dump truck showed up. Right? It's nothing to do with her.
It was my fault.
I'm sorry.
Don't say so many bad words, or
Okay.
they won't
All right.
let
Yeah.
us have our
Sorry.
live stream.
Poop dump trucks.
Ooh, truck.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So
But thank you for making Guitar Club a priority.
yeah.
Even though it's,
I will
Might
actually
still
throw it
hang
right
out
back
very
at you. Thank you for doing Guitar Club, because when everything gets
oh,
bad,
yeah.
like I think sometimes like an hour of just this is more than just Guitar Club. It's
Yeah.
Matters.
Yeah.
Oh
Now
my
that now
God,
we've
look
become
who's-
friends.
Look who's showing up. Oz. I think it's Oz Samad. Is that Oz Samad?
Oz. It says Oz.
Wow.
All the way
So-
from Malaysia.
Yeah.
It's Oz.
Oz. Oh my God.
Yay, welcome.
So wait a minute, is that us? You're kind of turned sideways. Oh no, there he is.
Hi.
Okay, so
Sorry, it's like 7 a.m. and I'm not 100% awake.
that's
It's
okay.
7 a.m.
I'm
12
still figuring
hours
out how the
difference.
movement is. Okay, okay. I probably look more normal now.
So this is my good friend Asamad, very successful, super talented jazz guitar player, living in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. So for him it's 7 a.m. while it's 7 p.m. for us.
Right?
I've known Oz for a while. He's taught me a lot about about the business side of the music industry in terms of how to market and everything. And Oz has done really well, especially recently. I keep getting all these emails from you. Anyway, hi Oz, good to see you.
Good to see ya.
Good to see you, John. I put an alarm so that I would
Oh
wake up
my
to
God.
catch this. Yeah,
Right on.
Okay,
We
so
got some fun stuff scheduled for today too.
nice.
yeah, we got a few things that we're trying to do. Julie and I are like kicking some ideas around more lately about how to sort of up our game and how to do this, how to do this better. And like at some point we'll talk about what we're doing. But the short version of the story is Julie's releasing more music off of the album that she recorded last year. We're finally getting around to mixing and mastering those, which I'm real excited about. Hot on the heels of that is a new John Finn Group record.
Yeah, we
we've
talked
got-
about that too.
Yeah, we've got tons of new material for that. I feel really good about it. So, there's a lot of work ahead of us, and I would say the hard work starts after we release.
But
So,
also, we have a gig if anybody's interested.
Yeah.
It's July
Yeah, I saw
18th.
the one in July.
Yep, July. We'll
Yeah.
just keep talking about it. We got
Yeah.
plenty of time to prepare.
yeah, Oz will be there. He's going to jump on a plane, kind of fly 20 hours, come over here, do the gig, fly 20 hours back, and then play 4
John,
gigs.
I actually will be in the US sometime end of July, early August. I just haven't
Really?
figured out. We haven't
Oh,
we
maybe
haven't
you'll be able
figured
to
out
see us.
we haven't
Okay.
figured out whereabouts in the US we're gonna be, but I will actually be in the US around that time, probably
All right,
end
great.
end
Oh
of
my
July, early August.
Awesome.
Wow, that would be so fun.
Okay, well, please keep us informed.
We'll let you know.
If you're in our area, but we'd love to, we'd love the opportunity to get together.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll be in touch when we figure out.
Yeah, cool.
Sweet.
All right. So, do you want to? Let me see. So, we had a couple of things kind of planned out.
One
What
is a
was-
new warm up.
Yeah.
Warm up 21A.
Okay. So
Or
this is a
21.
let's do 21A.
Okay.
Okay. So warm up 21A is a variation on warm up 21. If you, and I think
gonna
we
send
may
it
have
out in
even
the
looked at
chat.
warm up 21 in a previous in a previous guitar club. So Julie is sending out the PDF now. And also, did I give you the backing track for that?
Yes, you did.
Okay. Okay, so what this is this is sort of a variation on warm up 21. So what it's doing is, it starts with an E linear scale starting on the 5th string. You're ascending for a 4/4 measure and then descending for a 4/4 measure. So then it goes through all the modes. So Ionian, Lydian, Ionian, Mixolydian, Dorian, Aeolian, Phrygian, and then Locrian. So in each case, moving from one mode to the next, only one note changes. Okay. Now the extra twist
that.
is that I've got chords written for each of the modes. Okay. And then there's also a series of accents. So what you're doing is you're going to accent every 3 notes, and those 3-note accents are going to line up with when you change strings. So first 3 notes are played on the 5th string, then the 4th string, then 3rd string, then 2nd string, then 1st string, and then you're playing 4 notes there, then 3 notes. Okay, and the accents are happening every 3 notes. So. So a couple of things that it does, it just sort of accentuates when you're changing strings, but it also creates a little bit of a rhythmic thing, which is kind of cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hard to say it in time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. See how that works? And then we
So
have a
fun.
backing track that goes with that.
So, John, do you mind if I interject with a question on that?
Sure.
This is actually something, I'm glad you brought this up because it's something I've always sort of struggled with as a guitar player. Playing accents that are not on, the 1 or the 3 of a 16th note beat, or
Right.
putting accents not where they're supposed to be. So, do you have any advice in how to, or a process for how you internalize that
Sure. So
process of accenting offbeat, whatever?
sure. Okay. So there's a couple of things. That work here. First is to realize that the accents don't cleanly line up with 4/4. That's the first thing. They just don't cleanly line up. So it's going to be hard to coordinate them. Okay. Then I think your next step is to work on playing with the accents without worrying about where the beat is. So
Yeah,
just think,
that's-
3, 3, 3, 3, 4, like this. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3, 3, 3, 3, 4. 3, 3, 3, 3, 4. 1. Right?
1, 2,
See how
2.
that works?
That's very helpful. That's very, from a process standpoint, it sounds like you internalize the accents, then assign them to the beat.
Okay,
That
so
makes sense.
so
That makes
that's
sense
the
in my
part.
brain.
Yeah, so that's the part that kind of comes next. What you want to be able to do is sort of internalize the sound of that. Right? Then from there, then it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. So it's very much like doing this. It really is.
But if you look at it, every time you change a string, you're going to be doing the accent. So we do it down for the fifth string, and then an up for 4, down for 3, up for 2, and then down for first string. Right?
Yeah, so right, so because if you're yeah, exactly. If you're alternate picking, then the changing string accent, every time you accent, it's going to be on either an up or a downstroke, and they're going to alternate. So down, up, down, up, etc.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, that's extremely helpful.
Oh, good.
It's very.
Make it nice and slow.
I've been trying to crack the code on stuff like this for a while, and it's very gamelan-esque, like with the. I know it's not gamelan but there's some of that going on there where I just always struggled with accenting off beats, and I don't know if other guitar players struggle with that, but that what you
It's a
guys
struggle.
just shared made a lot of sense. So thank you.
Well, good. Well, I mean, the thing is for me, it's funny that you say that because, for a long time I thought I had a pretty good sense of humor, a sense of rhythm.
You do have a very good sense of humor, John.
Yeah, thank you.
You
Thank you.
definitely
Thank
make
I'll
me
vouch
laugh.
for that.
Yeah, and that the sense of humor helps me with my guitar playing a lot, I guess.
And
But,
you're running as well. You're running.
yeah,
And
but
our marriage.
yeah. So, in terms of, I mean, I always thought my sense of rhythm was pretty good until I really started tearing it apart. It was like, oh wait, this is hard. Oh wait, I can't do this. And then, then it just became a question of just how much time am I willing to assign towards mastering it.
Yeah, it's all just time.
Yeah.
And some things are harder for me than they are for John. I don't think there's anything harder for John than there is
No,
for me.
that's actually not true.
But anyway, there's but the cool thing about this sort of exercise is when you transfer it into your experimental lead playing, improvisation, so much is possible,
Yeah.
you know.
So, okay. So then there's the chords. With
Let me share the
with each of the modes, there's lots of ways to sort of frame these, but what I tried to do was to come up with like a little 2-chord sequence for each of the modes that would kind of convey the essence of the sound of the mode. So,
Yeah.
in many cases, you're actually looking for like the chord that marks the tonal center, which in these cases are going to be and mostly going to be either E major or E minor, and then a second chord that that sort of represents the key that you're coming from. So E Lydian is the 4th degree of the key of B. Okay, so all the notes come from the key of B, but you're in the key of but you're playing from E to E. Now, part of the process of doing that is you're going to end up playing an E major scale, but with a raised 4th degree.
But if we
So-
play just that scale over a B, it's just going to sound like a B chord.
Right.
But if we play,
Right. So that's so the
that's
two
what really
chords.
makes it Lydian.
Yeah. So the 2 chords are E, and then an F sharp triad with an E bass note. Okay. Yeah. By the way, you guys can hear both of our guitars okay?
Yep.
All right, good.
Hey, John, that's one of those scatterbrain chords, right?
Yeah, oh, definitely.
Yes.
Oh, it definitely is.
Yeah. One
You know,
of the 3.
Yeah, the F sharp over E, what that really is an F sharp dominant 7th chord with seventh in the bass. But
Well, isn't
that,
the F sharp in the bass?
no, E is in the bass.
Oh, over E. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So then in the Ionian or major key, it's just 1 and 4. Yeah. Then Mixolydian is E to D over E.
Oh, I love
So
that one.
E and D come from the key of A. E is the 5th degree of A, therefore E Mixolydian, or E major with a flatter 7th degree. Yeah, and sort of what I think is sort of cool about it, working on it this way, is that you have a couple of layers that that you're working on. One of them is just learning the scale. Another is working on the accents, and another is comparing the different scales going from one to the next, and being able to find the new note, focusing on the characteristic notes, and then finally there's the harmony that goes with it that helps convey the sound.
Yeah.
To me, like working all that stuff kind of simultaneously, I just find that enormously helpful, and it makes it feel like I'm doing something that feels kind of musical to me too.
Yeah.
Um,
We're getting those sounds in. And I would say most of us probably learn the modes with the root on the 6th string, so it's kind of nice to go from E on the 5th string to the E on the 1st string.
yeah. Yeah, and it's also, it's everything is laid out as a 3-note per string approach, which, has its own advantages, I think. Okay, so then there's E. So the next part is E Dorian, which is just an E Mixolydian scale with a flatted 3rd. And I'm playing an E minor followed by an A chord. Then when we go to E Aeolian, we're going to flat the 6th degree, and I'm going to play E minor, followed by a C chord with an E bass note. So
Sounds
E
so
minor,
rock.
yeah. Yeah. Then E Phrygian is an E Aeolian scale, but now you're going to flat the two. And the chords I'm going to play are going to be E minor, followed by an F chord with an E bass note.
Ooh, mysterious.
Yeah, mysterious. 2, 3, and. Now, what's sort of cool about that, I think, too, is that if I set up a rhythm guitar part with that, Julie can just kind of solo on that and just like accent those flat twos, right? Yeah, and as you can see, what she's also doing is sort of finding the same things in other parts of the neck, which is also a part that you want to do. So, and then finally, E Locrian, I'm playing an E minor 7 flat 5 chord. Now, the way I set this up was that I'm playing a G minor triad on the top 3 strings. Okay?
Nice.
And then an E in the bass, which I find is a nice way to play that chord.
It's a nice way to think of the chord.
Yeah, G minor over E. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
There you go. Yeah, so a big part of this, I think, is just the idea that, you know, like if you're hearing the chords that go with it, I think it makes it a lot easier to internalize the way the mode sounds. You know, but that's just me. So
I just sent over the backing track to everyone. So we've got Warm Up 21A as a PDF and then an MP3 so you guys can play along.
yeah. So
To what you were saying, John, just I apologize. I didn't mean to interrupt.
okay, you're
No,
fine.
that's
It's
what
it's actually not just you. I spent a lot of time internalizing the modes physically on the fretboard, memorizing the pattern and learning them, and could not crack the code. And it took me so long to figure out that without the chords,
Oh, I think yeah.
without the chords, the modes made no sense to me. It was those interrelationships that made it finally click. And took way too long for me to figure that out. So very
Yeah.
much not you.
Yeah.
I don't think
So-
you were the only guitar player in the world who's ever
Yeah.
come against that hurdle.
Are you sure about that? Because I feel like I'm the only one that's ever gone through
it's
it.
only me. I'm the only one that struggles.
Let me rephrase that. I think you probably done
I'm
it you
teasing.
cleared that hurdle better than most of us.
Well, I was totally teasing when I responded that way. So, okay, how about this? Let's. I'm going to play the backing track. You guys can follow along. I'm pretty sure what happens is each chord. Let me see.
Each two measures goes 4 times.
Right. So yeah. 2, 2, 3, 4, 3. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So each chord is held for 2 measures as opposed to what's indicated. Okay.
And you can play eighth notes, but if that feels the pace is a little too much, you can always do. Oh wait, it's 16ths, but you can do quarter. Or
Eighth,
let me
yeah.
say it again. It's written in 16ths, but you can play it as eighths.
Yeah. So if we play it as eighths. Yeah. No. Okay. Let's line it up with the measure.
Okay, sorry,
It's okay.
I couldn't spit
Took
out.
us a second.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Phrygian.
Oops. Sorry.
Locrian. Yeah, I guess that one only happens once. I gotta fix that track. Okay, so then,
Cool.
so that's his eighth notes.
Now let's
Now-
do John. Do it at 16. Maybe
Okay,
I
so
can do
now,
it too.
so I'll now do it at 16th, and I'll add the accents in too, which is also gonna kind of make it sound a little cooler.
Yeah,
So
super.
Lydian, 2, 3, ah. Ionian. Mixley.
I keep messing it up. Sorry. Maybe I shouldn't play.
Dorian.
Oh,
Eolin. Phrygian. Sure. Locrian.
oh yeah. It is just half the time.
Yeah. So, thank you. So now the warm up 24B is 21B, excuse me, is exactly the same information with the exception that now you're going to be accenting every four notes rather than 3. So what that's going to do is it's going to square the rhythm off a little bit. So now the accents are going to go stecka ticka decka ticka decka ticka decka ticka, and every time you hit an accent, it's always going to be a downstroke. Okay. Now what's weird about that is that it's going to make all the phrases, even though you're just going up and down a scale, the phrases are going to feel really different.
Because it's on the second note of the new string.
Right. So here's something I want you to check
And
out.
then
I
the
was
third.
I was messing with this, for a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play. I'm going to play the Lydian scale with accenting every 4 twice, and then I'm going to play accenting every 3 twice.
Good.
Okay, so 4 then 3. Now I'll play just the Lydian.
I'm gonna practice. With
So. Now every 3. Then Ionian. Three. See what I mean? Like even though though it's the same notes, it's being divided up rhythmically a little bit differently. So
Tricky.
I'm kind of fascinated by that stuff. Yeah. Any questions or comments?
Anyone want to try it?
Yeah.
Right? Reminds me of some old Larry Coryell stuff. I used to when he was playing in the he had this band called the 11th House.
Yep. I remember.
He did a lot of like I don't know how to explain it. He'd do like these sort of patterns of five, but he'd do them really fat. It was almost like I don't know if it relates or not, but it's almost like you would take and I don't know if it relates to what we're talking about. So I apologize, but like if you took like a pentatonic scale being a 5 note scale, he would go down the scale 5 notes and then come back
Oh
and
yeah,
do
Eric
the
Johnson
next
does
number.
that.
So
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes. Oh yeah. Definitely.
that's really fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
I'm gonna say something very controversial and say I don't listen to a lot of Eric Johnson, but I've heard Larry Coryell do something like that. But and for some reason, it reminds me of um, that sort of emphasis on something other than just this sort of, 4/4 pattern, patterns of two, patterns of four, patterns of eight. Trying to put something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 against that.
It
Right.
sounds like it's cascading in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Love it.
because like if the band is sort of setting up this 4/4 kind of feel, then you play groups with 3/16 notes over that. That's one thing. Or if you're doing fives against it, or sevens, right? It's one of those things that's disorienting in a fun kind of way.
But you don't hear it as often. So that's what
Yeah, it's a very beautiful sound. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
It's like a rhythmic.
Sometimes the way I try to, sometimes what I do is I try to think of a word that has that many syllables, and then I
Yeah.
repeat it in my head.
All
So
right.
Dana, there's actually a system. Just gonna say this, so we are all on the same. Just gonna say, John, what you just putting syllables to the beat.
Yeah.
I struggled so hard with fives and sevens, so hard. John McLaughlin has a DVD about conical, the Indian system, and
Oh my
All
God.
right.
assigning syllabic content literally in one day, 1 hour of watching that DVD and getting the concept. I went from not being able to play fives with a gun to my head to being able to play them because ta ta taka taka taki ta taki ta takadimi daddy ginadum daddy ginadum
Yeah.
what's the one for seven? It's like taka daddy ginadum taka daddy ginadum. It's like it just plugged my brain into understanding those rhythms. And
Yeah.
what you were doing right there is basically that, like just
Yeah.
assigning
Oh, yeah.
syllabic content to it, and it makes it so much easier.
Right.
That's my 2 cents.
I love that.
I'm sorry.
There's
Continuing to take over the floor.
Yeah, there's a great. So if you want to be blown away, get on YouTube and type in the word like Indian conical, and there's a bunch of videos up there like of people like people from India doing these rhythmic things that are just like mind blowing.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, you see Mohini Day. Her and Marco Miniman do this thing.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
unbelievable. I don't know how they remember the whole thing. They're just sitting at a table and
They
he's
take
like
the time like this,
playing
right?
with pencils or something. And
Right.
she's doing that whole, she's saying it and he's doing the,
Right.
And
Remember-
Liam, that's on YouTube.
Yes.
yeah, it should be
There's
out
like
there.
an underlying
Check
thing.
that out.
But a lot of Mohini Day's, like if you listen to Mohini Day's album she just released, like I don't know, a few months ago, there's some of that in the music. She'll do that.
Wow.
She's
Check
insane.
that out. Yeah.
She's so good.
John McLaughlin has like there's some great videos on YouTube too of like this Fourth Dimension band where his drummer, the name escapes me, but does the same thing, like has a conical improvisation in the middle of a song. But as soon as you said Marco Minimum, I'm always here to hear anything that he does. So he did something more. Yeah, I gotta look that up. Thank you.
Amazing. Oh, you're
Yeah.
welcome. Yeah. So anything like that, that's kind of why I like working on things like this, because it kind of, from one of the things that I've done for a long time is, anytime I sit down to play guitar, I try to take a few minutes and then think of something to work on. And it's usually something I don't do very well, or I feel like I need to work on. And then I'll try to invent a little exercise that kind of forces me to kind of confront at least some part of it.
That's right.
And then my next step after that is like, if it starts to turn into something that I'm interested in, then I'll actually write it out. So the warm-ups I come up with, I've maybe transcribed maybe 10% of them. The ones I've transcribed have been the ones that I was like, yeah, I think this is kind of cool. This might be worth sharing. But for you, I would strongly recommend it on so many levels. And it doesn't, I don't have a dog in the fight of whether you whether you actually transcribe it or not. But for me as a college guitar teacher, it turns out to be super useful, because it gives me another page I can throw at a student that's works on something a little bit different. And it also comes from personal experience of like, here's something I can't do, and here's me working on it, and here's what my progress looks like, Anyway, so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
You did good, John.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing. Do you want to try
We'll try the tune?
the accent with fours
Sure.
through the backing track?
Sure. Let's take a vote. 16th. So raise your hand if you're in favor of doing it as 16th notes, or raise your hand if you're in favor of doing it as the 8th notes. So let's take a vote. So raise your hand. 8th notes. 8th notes. 8th notes. Okay. 16th notes. Okay. So we're about half and half. So how about this?
We can do 16.
Julie and I are going to play 8th notes. Okay. And for your 16th note people, just jump in and play 16th notes on top of it.
Oh, that's smart.
Okay.
I just realized, though, I didn't put on the original sound for musicians.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
While we play.
Okay, so we'll play 8th notes.
Da, da, da,
So
da.
the way this is going to work out is we're playing 8th notes. It's going to be. Okay, so one of the things is that the accents are going to line up rhythmically, but they're not going to line up with how you change the strings. So it's actually going to make it a little harder to keep the 16ths cleaner, but I mean it introduces a different layer. Okay, is everybody ready? Okay, so Julie and I are playing 8th. So do you want to do it that way, or should one of us play 8th, the other play 16ths?
It's
And we'll play 8th.
Yeah, let's do that.
3 and. Ionian. Lydia. Yeah, exactly. Um, so I mean, obviously, so I would work on the accents, but doing it every 3, then every 4, and then the next thing is just soloing over it. Like just take just play the track, and then just try to find all of the characteristic notes. Because that's 'cause the biggest thing that this sort of reveals as you practice it is that going from mode to mode, only one note changes. So, in my opinion, it makes the characteristic notes a little easier to find.
Mm-hmm.
Especially you play them all one after the other. You kind of get to know. You start to associate, the degree of scale, with being able to and being able to find it a little bit more quickly. At least that's what I find. Okay, so going on, we're also going to present a tune. This is Joe Satriani's "The Crush of Love." Very simple tune. Very simple A minor melody.
Oops. Which one did you want to share? Oh, one has tab, one
Yeah.
doesn't.
Why don't we give them both? Like there's 2 versions. One has a tablature one, and the other doesn't. The advantage of the non-tablature one is that it only comes off in 2 pages, where the tablature one there's more pages
I have
involved
to scroll
in terms
more.
in terms of looking for it.
Okay, let's just do. I see. Okay, I am going to. I just shared all of it, so you
Yeah.
can choose what you want. But I think for today, I'll do the one that doesn't have the tab,
Yeah,
so that I don't have to scroll as much.
yeah. So are you gonna share that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I just wanted to get it big enough.
All right. So maybe what we'll do. Let's do this. So we sent out the notation and the backing track. Okay. So definitely check out Joe Satriani's original recording of it.
Who doesn't love Joe Satriani?
What we're gonna do is when we get to the solo section, we're gonna take turns improvising. Now, one of the things we're gonna start thinking about is, or at least what I think about is that there's a 4-chord sequence that goes F, G, E minor, A, but that happens 3 times, and then finally there's 2 bars of F and 2 bars of G. And what I like to do with that is to kind of use the first 3 sets of 4 chords to kind of develop a particular theme, and then when it gets to the F for 2 bars, G for 2 bars, do something completely different that kind of wipes the slate clean. And what that does is that gives the improvisation I'm doing a little bit more form to it instead of just noodling, right? So, how about this? Let's just play it first,
Okay,
and then we'll go from there. How's that?
sure.
All right.
Are you playing it?
Nope. I'm playing that. then it just kind of
Just
fades out
repeats.
from there. Nice job, Julie.
Well, nice job, John.
Thank you. So, again, it's a very simple tune.
Yeah.
It's all A minor. All the chords are all diatonic, with the notable exception of that E minor 7 flat sharp 9 chord.
Love that.
But even then, it's like pretty much diatonic, except for the G sharp and the E 7 sharp 9 chord. So soloing over it is pretty much just A minor throughout.
Has anyone played it before? Classic one.
I think I have a couple Instagram clips. I think I was playing a mini Squire, my daughter's mini Squire,
Oh,
fun.
and I think I did well because I had a student that was learning. I was trying to get him to play that because it was kind of a simple melody,
yes.
and I
Yeah.
thought it would be good for a performance. But I think my reason for posting it was like you don't need a crazy good guitar to be able to play. So I was playing this thing on just like this little mini Squire.
I love
So
that.
it was, yeah, I was like, so don't give me you need a great guitar, just play it.
I think there's actually a video of Satriani doing something on like a $200 Strat, and he sounds just like Satriani. Same
Yeah.
concept.
Your fingers,
Exactly.
right?
Playing like
Yeah.
Satch Figure or something ridiculously hard. And $200 guitar, he sounds like Satch.
Yeah, exactly. Liam, what were you going to say?
No, I mean, it helps if you have a decent guitar to get started, but
Sure.
it's not the guitar in the end.
In the end, it absolutely is a guitar. I think it's like anything else. Like if you have the right tool, really does make the job a lot easier. Last summer I did some like miniature construction tasks, and I ended up buying a couple of tools to get the job done, and it like having the right tool in my hand sped the job up like 100-fold, and it was like, oh, you're right. Like being, the tool isn't going to make me a better carpenter, but having the right tool does speed that job up sometimes. Because that was one of the things I was running into was the progress around it. So, and part of why I brought this up is because sometimes it's good to have something. I find myself, I spend so much time just kind of practicing like ideas and techniques
Yeah.
and this and that, and I for the last month I've been practicing for this Steely Dan tribute gig that I did a couple of nights ago, and so I spent all my practice time learning tunes, and it is a long time since I had done that much work
It was a lot of
practicing tunes.
songs.
There's a lot of songs and a lot of really hard songs.
Yeah.
So, at the end of it, it was like, wow, that was really cool.
Very satisfying.
So for Guitar Club, I was kind of thinking, I think it's probably useful to introduce tunes from time to time.
Especially something that's not so hard to learn, because you can just start jamming on it. And
Yeah,
it feels good, but then you can try out new things.
Yeah. I wish I knew about that gig early. I saw you posted something about that gig, but it was a little late. I think I saw it after it happened, but I just listened to the Royal Scam today. That album is so good.
It's
It's
ridiculous.
just so ridiculous. I posted in the chat. I don't know how to say the guy's name. It's like Dua Bajana, maybe. But that album is the album that is Marco Miniman and Mohini Day do that. I think it's the first track on that album.
Okay.
They're doing that. They're doing that thing on there. But it's a really good album. I don't know if Marco's on the whole thing, but I think Mohini's on the whole thing.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to check. Definitely going to.
John, to what you said just a minute ago about introducing tunes to Guitar Club, I think Julie inadvertently has already introduced the first one because I was thinking about this while you guys were playing. She looked at you and said, "Carry on, John," and that's
Carry on,
a
Wayward Son.
song Richie Blackmore from Purple. I never studied it, but I heard her say that to you. Carry on, John, and I went, "Okay, I'm good. That's a Richie Blackmore song. I'm going to study that now." So,
Well, they're good.
if I may humbly offer my suggestion for a song to study,
All right.
Carry
All
on,
right.
John.
it just seems appropriate since Julie just said that mid-song.
All right. Yeah, I'm definitely.
Side
definitely
note too.
check it out.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to. I don't mean to interrupt. I apologize.
Go ahead. You're fine.
I was just gonna say, side note, Julie, your Joe Satriani tone is phenomenal.
Oh, really? Oh, thank
Yeah,
you.
like when you play these Satriani songs, I can tell that you studied a lot of it because you sound very
Well,
totally
he's my
close to it.
his music just was foundational to my life.
Totally get it.
I just can't even say how much. And not only that, I mean, I had the extreme pleasure and honor of opening up for him 2 nights in a row in 1996. And then I won a
And
contest. I won the Surfing with the Alien JS 20S. It was the 20th anniversary of the thing. Now it's the
Wow.
40th anniversary. But then I played Always With Me, Always With You as my audition piece to get into Berkeley. So, I mean, it's just gone just throughout my life, his music. So,
Some things are not accidents. That's awesome.
yeah,
yeah, so
it's
she's not
intentional.
making a big enough deal about this. So she entered a Joe Satriani guitar contest, and I think what tune did you play for that?
Always With Me, Always With
Always with
You.
me. Okay, so was it a video submission?
Yeah. So he put 10 backing tracks up. I think it's pretty much all the songs that were on Surfing with the Alien.
Yeah,
And then there were 2,000 entries, and he picked the top 10 winners.
yeah, and
Well, he picked 10 out of the 2,000. So.
yeah, and you came in first.
Well, I was in the top 10, so we
Okay.
all won.
Yeah,
And then
okay.
they flew us to LA. We got to do a big master class, and they gave us all these guitars, and it was a dream come true.
So yeah, so the guitar Julie has from that is an Ibanez Surfing with the Alien Joe Satriani model. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
We've got it upstairs.
It's
And
got the album artwork on it, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and no one's, just so you know, no one's allowed to touch it.
That's not true.
No, I'm
I played
kidding.
it for
I
many
played
years.
it.
You played it, but the whammy bar is kind of broken. It doesn't stick in. I
Oh.
need to replace probably the
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, we'll get.
Well, I had a student that had one, and I was like, where'd you get this? And the thing is, he would only play with one finger. I was just like, dude, you're killing me with this.
Yeah.
It's
Was
like,
he into Joe Satriani?
Yeah.
I don't think so. It might have been like his dad's or something. I can't remember, but
Wow.
yeah, he
Yeah,
and he wanted to do all
probably.
this drop tuning, and it has the
Drop
floating
Maybe
tremolo
tuning.
on it. And I was
yeah,
just like, oh man, this is a nightmare.
yeah,
So
yeah. That's awful.
It's like owning a Ferrari and instead of driving it, you just push it around the neighborhood.
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Go over
Yeah.
those potholes and stuff.
So, okay, so I think we got to pick a date for the next for the next one.
April.
This is fun, you guys. By the way, thank you.
I almost had someone join. He probably will next time. Hopefully it lines up.
Oh,
But
fun.
he had something going on tonight that was a little more important, I would say. I won't
Access.
say what because it's kind of more of a personal thing, but
Gotcha.
I was like, oh, okay. But I was like,
That's
really,
good.
you're gonna you're gonna do that and not come hang with John Finn and Julie Finn?
Right?
I was totally kidding though, because
That
it's kind of a real personal thing for him, but yeah, he'll probably join next time.
Right, May 6th. When do we come back from Atlanta? May 5th.
Oh, yeah. Maybe it is the 6th. I can't do the 13th because that's final exam day at Shenandoah.
May 6th.
May 6th.
May 6th.
Is that all right?
Works for me.
Right on.
All right. So it'll be 7 p.m. Eastern. And I'm gonna put Ahmad's mobile phone number in there. just so we can all call him if he doesn't show up. I'm kidding.
He's like, no, I'm gonna be asleep that day. Okay, I'm gonna make the changes on the
Yeah.
website.
Hey, Oz, great to see you.
I'll need to check whether I can make it, but if I'm free, I want to join. This was really cool, John and
Thank you.
Julie. I like the format and the material.
Thank you. Yeah, it's fun.
We just have such a fun time hanging.
Yeah, that's the main thing is that like, guitar playing should be, kind of a hang and fun. And, it's one of the things that's really good for me around this is that if I know this is happening, then I kind of have to go, oh, I got to come up with something,
That's right.
so
We think
it
ahead.
forces me to do better too. So I thank you for that.
Does anyone?
Well, I thank you guys too, because I know I always do this, but it's a lot of fun, and I obviously always look forward to it. But like we were saying earlier, sometimes life gets in the way and things get tough, but it's cool to
Yeah.
hang and just forget
can
about
we
the world for an hour sometimes.
Can we put Aztamad's website in the chat? It's just aztamad.com. AZSAMAD.com.
No, or Oz can put it in.
Yeah, Oz, can you put your website in the chat for everybody?
I was going to ask that too, Oz. What's the name? Do you perform under your own name or under a
he
big
does.
name? Because I'm very much want to.
Yeah, I perform under my own name, mostly jazz stuff. I have different groups. Sometimes I play with, but it's usually just under my name. A lot of my recent performance videos are on my YouTube, which is just same thing, just my name.
Yeah.
I
He's
look
got a
forward
lot
to
of
checking it
stuff.
out.
I've been gigging again, John.
Nice. Good, man. I've been seeing some.
Yeah, I started gigging again.
I get a bunch of emails, and every once in a while, your YouTubes will pop up on my feed.
I just came back from Japan on a holiday. I've never been to Japan, so I
Wow.
played a jam
Wow.
session in Tokyo, which was wild.
Oh,
Wow.
good for
Yeah.
you.
Good
Oh,
for
Yeah,
you.
it's really
That's
fun.
awesome.
All right. Well, listen. Thank you very much. We got to run.
It was so fun to hang with you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Julie. Thanks, John. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah. Thanks, you guys. I will see you. So we'll see you May 6th, 7 p.m. All right.
Thank you, guys.